everyone rise. Adir al hakol, mi baruch al hakol, mi gadol al hakol, mi dagul al hakol. Hu yevarech et echatan, hu yevarech et echatan, hu yevarech et echatan, et hakala. Echatan v'et hakala. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai, ve'irachnuchem mi-beit Adonai, el Adonai vaya'el anu, Yisruchad bavotim ad kanot hamizbeach Eliata ve'odecha Eloi haromeka Hodu l'Adonai ki tov ki le'olam chasto ki le'olam chasto le'olam chasto le'olam chasto le'olam chasto. Dennis and Sharon, it's absolutely wonderful to be with you today. We've had a lot of attempts to get this wedding on the go, but a few cancellations due to COVID. Thank God we're finally here, and it's a very, very special occasion. Two very special people surrounded by your friends, many of whom you've known for many, many generations under the chuppah together with you today. The chuppah is composed of two parts. First is the betrothal, where Dennis will present a ring to Sharon, and then that's followed by what we call the nisuyin, which is the sheva brachot, the 7 blessings. We begin with the blessing over a cup of wine and the special bracha, the blessing for marriage, which I'm saying on your behalf. You should answer amen, and I also encourage the congregation to answer amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al ha'arayot v'asa lanu et ha'arusot v'yitir lanu et ha'nusuot lanu al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh amo Yisrael al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. Okay, I have a little sip over there. And then to Sharon. In order to bring about the marriage, Dennis has to present to Sharon an object which has minimum amount of value in the presence of two witnesses. I'm going to ask Errol Stern to please join me as the other witness. I'll just have a quick look at the ring. There we go. Errol, if you could come up here, please. Does that look okay to you?
Very okay.
Few rands, okay? Worth it? Okay, so Dennis, if you'll hold this, and then Sharon, if you'll extend which finger, your index finger, just from over there, index finger. Okay, so Dennis, you're going to repeat after myself, and then Cantor Joffrey will say one word, which you'll mention after him, and then present the ring. So face one another, and repeat after me. Hooray, at Mekudeshet,
Li
Betaba'at Zu
Kedat Moshe Yisrael. Behold, you are consecrated to me by means of this ring, according to the law of Moses and Israel. Okay, you present the ring. Kadesha, Mazel Tov, you are now officially married. Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. The congregation may be seated.
So just before the chuppah began, we concluded the ketubah, the official marriage document with Dennis and Sharon, and this contains the the legal requirements and the pledges that the couple will make to one another. We're going to read it in the original Aramaic and a short extract in English. Be'echad b'Shabbat, shiva v'esrim yom l'chodesh Tishrei, shnat chameshet alafim u'shva meot v'shmonim v'shtayim, lebriat olam leminyan shanu monikam b'Cape Town b'Drom Africa, ech Reb David Baruch Reb Yitzchak, amala lahada matrachter, Sharon bat Reb David Yisrael, heavily into Kedat Moshe v'Yisrael. Vane Efelach v'okir v'ezol mafanis itichi lichi kihilchot guvrin Yudain de palchin u'mukarim v'zanin mafanisin l'Hashem b'kushta. Vayehivni lechi ksaf matrotaichi zuzi mea dechazi lichi midurabanan. Mezonaichi v'kesotaichi v'sipokaichi. Me'ala v'atachi korak kol arat tzviat marat Sharon matrachtada v'havad ledi into. B'dein aduna dahana lat laimi be'atzma, be'im bekesef, be'im bezah, be'im betachshitin. B'mana de labusha b'shimosha dir b'shimosha da'asa kol kibel alav Reb David Baruch chatan dnan b'chamishim skukim kesef tzarf. V'tzavi Reb David Baruch chatan dnan v'osif lam min dilai od 50 skukim kesef tzarf acherim kenegdan sach hakol 100 skukim kesef tzarf. Dekach amar Reb David Baruch chatan dnan achrayat shta ketufta dan oden yodai utosefta da kablit alav al yata batra'i Liet para mikol shvar arag nachasim v'kinyanim di'itli t'chot kol shemaya de'kanoi da'atid ana lemiknei nachasim di'it lo nachrat leit lo nachrat kul ho nihon nachram v'arvan lifrom min hon shtar ketufta da nedunya dein v'tosefta da mina v'afilu min glimad al katfa b'chayi b'atar chayi min yom adnanu lo'olam v'achrat v'chom shtar ketufta da nedunya dein v'tosefta da kibel alav Reb David Baruch atandanan kochom kol shitrei ketuvat v'toseftot The Noagim bivnot Yisrael ha'asin ketikun chachamenu zichronam libracha delo k'asmachta lo ketov sed shtarei v'kanina min Reb David Baruch Reb Yitzchak hatan dunan lamar Sharon bat Reb David Yisrael matrachta da kol matakato mefurish le'el v'mana dekashe lemiknai bei v'akol shari v'kayam no'um Mordechai Kalman ben Avram Liebenberg Eid no'um Yisrael ben Tzion ben Avram Yaakov Stern Eid. Extract from the Ketubah. On the first day of the week, the 27th day of the month Tishrei, in the Jewish year 5782, corresponding to Sunday, the 3rd of October 2021, the Holy Covenant of Marriage was entered into in Cape Town between the groom Dennis Hammar and his bride Sharon Levine. The groom made the following declaration to his bride: "Be my wife according to the law of Moses and Israel. I faithfully promise that I will be a true husband to you. I will honor and cherish you. I will work for you, I will protect you and support you, will provide all that is necessary for sustenance, as it beseems a Jewish husband to do. I also take upon myself all such further obligations for your maintenance and happiness, as are prescribed by our religious statute. And the bride is pledged to loyalty to him with affection and sincerity, thus taking upon herself the fulfillment of all duties incumbent upon a Jewish wife. This covenant of marriage was duly executed and witnessed this day according to the usage of Israel, and also conforms with the laws of the state. So Sharon, if you'll just hold that for a moment, this is your claim against Dennis, right? Okay, but I'll give it back to you in a moment. There you go. It's indeed very special, wonderful to be with you today on your special day, Dennis and Sharon. I'd like to share a message with you from the parsha that we read this week, which is Parshat Noach. And Parshat Noach actually speaks about the first lockdown. And in it we have Noah and his family, his wife, and his 3 sons and their 3 wives. And Hashem said, I want you to go into this boat, which you're going to make, together with all of the animals, and you're going to be there. And the Torah actually says they were there for a full year. It was a lockdown for a full year. There was no garden to go for a walk-in. There was nowhere you could go whatsoever. And the entire time, Noah was looking after his family and the animals, etc., while the world outside was being destroyed. Not dissimilar to our situation, where we've all been locked down, while on the outside we've had this raging pandemic going on. And then the Parsha says that the rains came to an end, and Noah sent out the birds, and the dove came back, and we saw that there was vegetation, there was an olive leaf. They opened the doors to the ark, and everybody came out, and they started to go about their business. What did he do? What did Noach do? Well, he did what a lot of people did when the alert level dropped. He went out and he bought a dop. He planted a vineyard and he made wine and he got drunk. And he was disgraced. He was drunken in his tent and he was disgraced. And again, this is what a lot of people did during lockdown. They were depressed, they were down. And as soon as Uncle Cyril announced that we could have some alcohol, they went out and they got drunk. And the sages criticized Noah, and they say that's not the proper behavior. After there's been such a tragedy, the right thing to do is to build. And they say that he should not have planted a vine first. Later on, yes, he should have planted wheat, which is the basic staple of life. Now we compare this to the story of Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva lived through a very difficult time. He was a young man. The Second Temple was destroyed. And he continued to teach Torah, which the Romans prohibited. He had 24,000 students. They were all killed. There's an argument about how they died. The Talmud says that there was actually a pandemic. There was a plague and they died. According to some, they were killed by the Romans in the persecutions of Hadrian. And Rabbi Akiva was a very old man when this happened. And it was devastating because everything that he had built up was destroyed. And we can imagine that anybody would be completely broken. All of the students that you've taught, dead, everything that you've worked for, the Romans have just utterly devastated. What did he do, says the Talmud? He went down south. He found 5 young men, only 5 young men, and from them he started to rebuild the whole Torah world. And these were people like Rebbe Meir, Rebbe Yehuda, the famous Rebbe Shimon Bar Yochai of Lag BaOmer. And he rebuilt. He was an old man, and we could have said, well, you know what? He was entitled to go and have a dop and just drown his sorrows. But he didn't do that. He started to build. And I think this is so appropriate for the two of you. Because, yes, we've gone through a pandemic, but also the two of you, you're certainly not old by any stretch of the imagination, but perhaps you're more mature, you're more senior, and you could have just, whatever, gone on with your lives. You've had difficulty in your lives also, but you decided, you know what, we're going to build, we're going to start afresh. And you do it now. This is the Sunday immediately after which Parsha? Bereshit, the beginning. This is a new beginning for the two of you. You're an inspiration to us. Not like Noach, who just drowned his sorrows, but like Rabbi Akiva said, you know what, let's start over again, let's build, let's create. That's what the two of you are doing today. And I wish that you should have many, many, many happy and healthy years together. Mazel tov, mazel tov. We're going to continue now with the Sheva Brachot. This is the second part of the marriage. Again, if I'll ask the congregation to be upstanding and for everybody to answer Amen after myself and Cantor Joffi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol bara lichvodo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer ha'adam.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first wedding in 19 months. And when I was approached, I said yes. I have been approached during COVID to do weddings, but I didn't feel comfortable. But today I'm doing it, and please join in and sing along and clap along. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher yatzar et ha'adam b'tzalemo v'elem b'tachito v'hitin lo mimenu binyan adayot. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'adam. Sostasis v'tagel akara v'kibbutz baneha letocha v'simcha. Sostasis v'tagel akara v'kibbutz baneha letocha v'simcha. Ay, la 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 la, v'simcha v'simcha v'simcha. Ay, la 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 la, v'simcha v'simcha v'simcha. Baruch atah Adonai mesameach Tzion bevaneha. La 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 la, 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 Sameach esamachim ahovim esamechacha tzilcha began Eden mikedem. La 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 la, 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 began Eden mikedem. Baruch atah Adonai mesameach chatan v'chana. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'chala. Asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'chala. Ilarina Yitza v'chedva Ava v'achva Shalom v'reut. Asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'chala. Asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'chala. Gilarina Yitza v'chedva Ava v'achva Shalom v'reut. Asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'chala. Asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'chala. Gilarina Yitza v'chedva Ava v'achva Shalom v'reut. Asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'chala. Asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'chala. Gilarina Yitza v'chedva Ava v'achva Shalom v'reut. ירושלים ובחוצות ובחוצות ירושלים כל ששון וכל שמחה כל חתן וכל מקופלה כל מצלות חתנים מחופתם ונערים משתה נגינתם כל ששון וכל שמחה כל חתן וכל מקופלה כל מצלות חתנים מחופתם ונערים ממשתה נגינתם ונערים ממשתה נגינתם ברוך אתה אדוני
In a moment, Dennis and Sharon will leave the chuppah just to spend a few minutes alone together. But before we do that, we acknowledge that no simcha can ever be complete amongst the Jewish people so long as the Beit HaMikdash, the temple, is still destroyed and the Mashiach has not yet come. And therefore, we remember it by asking the groom to break a glass. Before that, Cantor Joffi will sing Imeshkachech Yerushalayim, that we are called upon to always remember the Holy Jerusalem.
Imeshkachech Yerushalayim tishkach yemini Imeshkachech Yerushalayim tishkach yemini תדבק לשוני לחיקי אם לא אזכרכי אם לא אעלה ירושלים על ראש שמחתי אם לא ירושלים על ראש שמחתי אם לא עלית ירושלים על ראש שמחתי אם לא עלית ירושלים על ראש Simchati. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, Yehelanu, hey, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, Yehelanu. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, oh lechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, oh lechol Yisrael. David melech Yisrael, chai v'kayam. David melech Yisrael, chai v'kayam. Odi Shama be'arei Yehuda uve'tzot Yerushalayim. Odi Shama be'arei Yehuda uve'tzot Yerushalayim. Kol satzon ve'kol simcha, kol chatan ve'kol kala. Kol satzon ve'kol simcha, kol chatan ve'kol kala. Odi Shama be'arei Yehuda uve'tzot Yerushalayim. Odi Shama be'arei Yehuda uve'tzot Yerushalayim. Kol satzon ve'kol simcha, kol chatan ve'kol kala. Kol satzon ve'kol simcha, kol chatan ve'kol kala. Simen tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, Yehelanu, hey, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, Mazel tov!
Chris, are you good? I'm going to plug that back in. Hold on, before you just keep the ambient on now. Oh, shit. Is your phone on, Chris? Can you plug it back in?
Okay, sit, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please sit.
Okay.
Please sit. Oh, hello.
Oh, no, put it in, okay.
Oh, shit. I won't be long. Okay. Sit. Come. I don't know what you're telling me. There. Okay. But now...
Sorry, mate. Before, sorry. Have to wait till the game? Okay.
Stealing my thunder already. Okay. My family, you already know what's coming. Okay. Can you all hear me at the back? And for everyone on Zoom, I'm really sorry because I'm probably shouting right now. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Terry, Sharon's daughter and MC for the day. I'm here representing all the kids spread across the globe who are very sad to be so far away. Welcome Rabbi, Rebbiton, friends and family both here and online. Unfortunately, due to COVID, not all the kids could get here on time. noticed, our traditional family poem has begun. However, you'll be pleased to know it will be read out loud rather than being sung. But before we get into the heartfelt, some house rules to go through, such as wear your mask over both your mouth and nose, and if you walk over there, you'll find the restrooms in the loo. Keep your hands well sanitized, courtesy of Moma and the lovely Dennis, and kindly keep socially distanced so we don't have to be a menace. As you may have already seen, there are white boxes and placemats for each special guest. Please help yourself to one and choose your place to sit, eat and rest, which you've already done successfully, so well done. And now I've lost my place. A plated breakfast will then be served at your resting spot of choice, so pick a place you are comfortable to be at and let us all rejoice. Now that the admin and instructions are complete and out of the way, let's congratulate darling Dennis and my beautiful mother on their special Chuppah day. Whilst they were already civilly married on the 5th of Jan this very year, we finally have the opportunity to celebrate in tradition with all of you here. Is there an echo in the room? That's very weird and highly disturbing. Our mom is one lucky lady having met her sporting and handsome match, and Dennis is one lucky man having found someone loving and creative. What a catch. From coffee dates and movie nights to overseas adventures on land and sea, the two of you have really built a life together and complement each other so perfectly. As your kids, we are blessed to have you part of our adventures despite it being through Zoom and WhatsApp. This COVID is a mess. Yet you are both still encouraging and supportive parents, I keep losing my place, actively involved in all our lives, well-being and happiness. Now before I call up the man of the hour and the day, we have a short video from all the siblings and kids. Let's see what they have to say. Oh wait. Okay. What? Having found someone loving it. 10 seconds, people count it down. From coffee dates and movie night.
I can see you all. Hi everyone. So, I really wish I could have been there to celebrate with you all in person and to say this all in person. But as we all know, travel's a bit of a nightmare right now, and that's an understatement. So instead, how about we play a little drinking game? Every single time I say happy, you get to have a little sip of your drink. Anyway, let's get things started. So, first of all, just want to give a huge mazel tov to you both. You both deserve love and happiness, and I'm so glad that you managed to find it again, and more importantly, with each other. You both really complement each other so well. Dad, as your son, I just want to see you as happy as possible. And Sharon, I really believe that you helped to elevate my dad's levels of happiness, and I'm so grateful for that. You've been so supportive and nurturing through the tough times, and you've included my dad and myself in your very broad social circle. Your hospitality, compassion, sense of humor, and unconditional love, just to name a few things, has not gone unnoticed. Thank you, and thank you for being a great all-round partner to my dad. Dad, it fills me with joy knowing that you found a new lease on life, got a new wind beneath your wings, found the salt to your pepper, and I'm sure there's some other cliches that I'm missing, but really, I'm just so happy to see that you're happy. You deserve it all. Anyway, I'll stop rambling now, and I'm so happy for you both, and I should probably read a thesaurus at some point, but anyway, just sending you lots of love from Singapore, and huge mazel tovs as well, and l'chaim.
Hi Dad and Sharon, mazel tov on the occasion of your wedding. We are so sorry we can't be there to celebrate with you. Unfortunately, we are stuck in lockdown in Sydney still. So anyway, we'll be watching from afar, and lots and lots of mazel tov. Mazel tov! Mazel tov!
Hi Dad!
Guys.
Hi Sharon! Mazel tov!
Huge mazel tov.
We were so excited that this day finally came around after all
the obstacles that you had to go through. Yeah, I can't believe that the day has finally arrived and you are going to be chuppah official.
Yes, we hope that the day is really special, and I'm sure it'll be very beautiful, and we really wish that we could be there.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing the photos and being with you in person sometime soon.
Yeah, we look forward to having a l'chaim soon. Bye.
Bye.
Dad, I remember when you first told us there was someone new in your life. As you know, I didn't take it so well at first. At the time, I wasn't ready to accept that our lives had changed. But over time, I've realized that all that Mom would have wanted for you was for you to be happy and not lonely. And as soon as I saw you and Sharon together, I quickly got to see how much light she brought into your life and how much you brought into hers. Dad, I'm so glad you're happy. Sharon, thanks for showing me a new version of my dad. Since meeting you, he's gone on hikes, started doing weights, even started drinking whiskey. And you haven't only been there for the fun stuff. In the few years that you've been together, you've already helped him overcome so much, not to mention a hip replacement. Sharon, I don't know where he'd be without you in his life. Frankly, I don't know where any of us would be without you. Thanks for entering our lives when you did, and for bringing so much joy, warmth and happiness to my father's, my kids, and to ours. I'm so happy for you both, and I want to wish you a massive mazel tov and l'chaim from me.
Mazel tov!
Hi, I love you, babe.
Mazel tov, Dennis and Sharon, on this wonderful occasion. We're so sorry we didn't get to celebrate with you. We really wanted to. Please God, we'll get to celebrate lots and lots of simchas in the future. Sharon, we just wanted to welcome you to the Hammar family officially. It's been so nice getting to know you over the last few years and to see you guys grow as a couple. And we just wanted to wish you lots of health and happiness together, and please God, we'll get to see you both in London and in Cape Town soon. And Sharon, just so you just to make sure you always remember that I'm still not going to, even though you're married now, I'm still not going to let you hold my kids' heads under the water. And I think I can speak for the rest of the Hammar family's kids too. So anyway, we just wanted to send you lots of love. We're thinking of you and wishing you a lifetime of happiness together.
Sivan, I hope you didn't drop the chuppah.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, Nanny and Dennis. A hearty mazal tov on this special day. We're devastated we can't be there today, but of course we're fighting crime, including COVID. So mazal tov for today. Happy birthday for anybody who's celebrating. I'm not going to carry on before I get a little bit too emotional, like Jesse in the corner here. Zaki, anything to say?
Mazel tov, but haven't you had your wedding already?
Yeah, let's keep it easy. Jesse, what do you have to say, darling? Big voice there. Jerry?
Mazel tov. We really wish we could be there, but we'll celebrate. Celebrate as soon as we can. That was a good one.
Okay, right. Mazel tov. We love you, and we will celebrate soon. Bye.
Hi Shaki and Dennis, we are so delighted that the two of you will at long last be standing under the chuppah together, and we're so sorry that we can't be with you on the day, but we wanted to wish you mazal tov
and l'chaim,
and have a great day, both of you. Alright, bye.
Hi, shalom from Israel. We just want to wish you both a hearty mazal tov and to drink to you l'chaim, and wishing you everything of the best, and hopefully this time we'll get to finish the same bottle of wine we started at your first ceremony. Anyway, good luck and everything of the best. Shalom from us here. Bye.
Hi Sharon and Dennis, just wanting to wish you both a hearty mazel tov for Sunday. We'll be thinking of you. Sorry we can't be there to celebrate it with you. Wishing you all lots of mazel, and may you just be happy and healthy. All our love, hugs and kisses, Philip, Madeline and Mark. Bye for now. Now do you switch it? Now switch it off.
Bye.
Hi Sharon and Dennis. Just wanted to wish you both a hearty mazel tov for Sunday. We'll be thinking of you. Sorry we can't be there to celebrate with you. Wishing you all lots of mazel and may you just be happy and healthy. All our love, hugs and kisses, Philip, Madeline and Mark. Bye for now. Nice picture.
Can you just turn it?
Another 7 pages to go. Kidding. How we wish we could all be together to celebrate face to face. Here's to hoping that in the not too distant future this will be able to take place. Sorry, I don't have a drink, so we'll take this. From me, I'd like to say thank you, Mazel Tov, and wish you a life filled with health and love forever. And now I'd like to welcome darling Dennis to say a few words. You can now all put your hands together. Thank you, Stepdad.
Thank you, it was great. First of all, can you all hear me? I have to lift my voice a bit. You'd be interested to know that it has been 50 years ago, almost to a couple of months' time, was the last time I stood under the chuppah as a groom. This year would have been my 50 years. But life goes on, and first of all, well, the Rabbi and Rebbitzin have left. I'd like you to know that I prepared this speech late last year in preparation for our wedding on the 5th of January, so I've kept it, but I've had to make some alterations. First of all family and friends, and from near and far, welcome finally to you all at last. We did go ahead with our civil wedding on the 5th of January this year, but then for obvious reasons things changed. And just like the 2020 Olympics, we haven't changed the label on our boxes here. It still says January the 1st, 2021. So we've kept it like the 2020 Olympics were held in 2021, but they still call it the 2020 Olympics. So be that as it may. Unfortunately, the COVID pandemic has impacted all our lives over the past months, and many of us have lost close family and friends, some of whom would have been here with us today. Also, on such a special occasion, both Sharon and I would have loved to have had our family with us, but they've joined us virtually. We would have enjoyed having Tammy and Justin and Michaela and Stephen in Sydney, where they sent us a message from, Stuart in Singapore, Gavin and Martine, and Brett and Jerry in London, and not to mention our beautiful grandchildren, Samantha, who's actually in Israel, Matthew, Isabella, and Benjamin in Australia, Zoe, Kaylee, Zach, and Jesse in London. And we also miss our siblings, Leonard and Estelle, that's my brother and sister-in-law in Israel, and Philip and Leonard and Estelle, and Madeline and Philip in Israel, and Derek and Lois in London. But thankfully, I hope they are all watching here today as well. Hi, guys. But at least we do have Terry and Oliver here with us, and this is truly special for us, representing our children. And also, thank you, Terry, for being the MC, but also special mazel tov to Terry and Oliver, who just recently announced their engagement. Of course, we also miss all our many family and friends from around the world, and due to COVID, we would have had other friends here, but various restrictions, obviously, we all know about. We couldn't have everybody we would have liked to have had. But hey, one positive thing from COVID, again, we can all be here virtually. We would have had, we've got the whole world watching. So, which is great. And some people will be watching a bit later because it's 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning, wherever they might be in the States. Anyway, it was on January the 5th, 2020, last year, on Sharon's birthday, that I originally proposed to her. And then on January the 5th this year, we signed and we entered into our civil marriage. And today, finally, we have sealed the deal officially. It's all kosher now. Everything's kosher. But Sharon, my belated birthday gift to you today and into the future is my everlasting love and support. We have already shared so much happiness over the past 6 years, as Terry mentioned. Happiness that has helped overcome great sadness that we've both experienced. And I have to thank you for your love and support as well over these past years. Anyway, at this time, I feel it's appropriate to share with you some of the other emotions and challenges I faced initially with our relationship. I initially turned to Rabbi Liebenberg. Unfortunately, he had to leave early. They're going to Joburg, or Lee is. But I turned to Rabbi Liebenberg for advice. After being married for 43 years, this was something new to me. His response to me in a nutshell was, no one can know another person's feelings and emotions unless they too have experienced those feelings and emotions. The grief caused by a sudden loss of a spouse or a long-time partner is indescribable to someone who has not experienced such an ordeal. I hope you don't mind me going through this, but I also turned to other rabbinical commentaries on the matter of wrestling with the uneasy emotions that surface when contemplating remarriage, even many years after the death of a spouse or a long-time partner. It's quite odd, in fact, that many people seem more likely to question a marriage following the death of a spouse than one following a divorce. There's no loyalty expected towards a divorced spouse, but loyalty is expected towards a deceased spouse. Interesting. There are also those who actually regard remarriage as an act of betrayal. But the rabbis tell us, if loyalty means maintaining whatever was built in the first marriage, then it is entirely likely that surviving partners can more successfully accomplish this with an understanding new partner. And Sharon, you have certainly been understanding and supportive to me, as I've already said. Also, there's the faulty perception that a remarriage reflects negatively on the former spouse. But in fact, again, the rabbis tell us that a good first marriage naturally begets a second marriage. And if anything, remarrying testifies to how good the first marriage was. Good enough to warrant another marriage. Another belief is that the soul of a deceased spouse is not at rest until his or her other half has found another partner in life. In fact, the only thing in the entire creation upon which Hashem pronounced as not good is a man alone. It is not good that man is alone, he said. I will make a helpmeet for him. Rabbinical teachings also tell us that from their place in heaven, the souls of the deceased continues to watch over their families, and they gain tremendous satisfaction upon witnessing their accomplishments and achievements. We're also told that the spectacle of a living spouse who is lonely and dejected and refuses to move on with life causes the deceased spouse's soul to suffer a great deal of anguish. So the question that is asked then is how can souls enjoy their heavenly reward when they see the great sadness being experienced by one person they so love. And so the souls of the departed find true peace when their beloved spouses find happiness again. And I believe this is true in our case. Enough of that. Now for some more thank yous. Freddie, Terry, thank you for being a wonderful MC. Thank you to my mechutten, that's Michael, Morris, Bern, Lazarus, and Tracy Joffe, there you are. My mechutten for being such able pole holders, and to my supporter, Lester Durham, for assisting us getting up the the chuppah, and being the fourth pole holder. Thank you guys. You supported me brilliantly, and the chuppah is still standing. Is Cantor Joffe, is Ivor still there?
He's standing.
Ivor, no, I just wanted to thank the rabbi, and I thank Cantor Joffe for officiating today to make the Simcha special. To Stephen and the Astra staff, thank you for making it so special for us. Thank you. To Stephen and the Astra staff, thank you for putting this all together, working with Sharon to eventually enable us to finally complete our marriage. It's been an ongoing thing, as you all know. And Zia in London, if you're there, happy birthday. And Daphne, where are you, Daphne? Happy birthday for today as well, to the two birthday girls. And last but not least, Sharon and I thank you all for making it here at last, for your patience in the delays, and your love and support as we begin this new chapter in our lives. Please God, we still have many more years ahead of us, and we are truly blessed to have each other, to share them together, please God. And now to quote Mark Twain, to get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with. Thank you. I'd like you to drink a toast to my beautiful new bride. And all enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
No.